Can they hear us?
Yes, they can. They can hear you over the intercom.
Hey, everyone.
Well, welcome into our post-match press conference. We have Croy Bethune and Michelle Cooper. If you have any questions and you are on the Zoom virtually, please use the raise your hand function or put your questions into the chat. I already see that there are a few questions in the chat. We'll get to those in just a second. But for now, let's start in the room. Please state your names and your outlets, please.
Tom Persley, Shea Butter FC. Congratulations to both of you on the win. It seemed like both teams wanted to be very aggressive and start on the front foot in the first half. And after the first goal, it seems like you all kept the pressure on. But obviously there were some nerving moments at the end. For both of you, were you more proud of your the way that you started the match based off of recent results or the way that you finished it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we started off very strong, which we do in almost every game, and I feel like our defensive transition and the way that we defended was setting us up to attack very well in the first half. I feel like I say we're proud for both moments, simply because unfortunately, I mean, teams have been coming back and at least tying the game at the end, and we got the win out of this one. But also how we started, it set us up to get the lead early in the game.
Yeah, I think it feels really good to be able, like, we've been creating a lot of chances. We know we've been creating high XG games, so to be able to finally score the goals, finish the chances, and hold on at the end to the win and still maybe get a little bit of opportunities and then have that good game management to just go to the corner if there's only 3 minutes left. Like, picking and choosing our moments to be able to mature in that way of the game felt really good.
And you mentioned the amount of high XG chances. Coach said yesterday that you all lead the league in XG. It seems like he's really been preaching that, like, you're on the right track sort of thing, but the results haven't necessarily been coming. What is the feeling in the locker room tonight, knowing that those chances were created and this time finished?
Yeah, I think it feels really good. I mean, a lot of people are still like slowly making their way in, but the vibes are pretty high. I think it always feels good to win, but then win at home, and after especially going not on a losing streak, but like we haven't won in a couple weeks, so being able to collect 3 points instead of letting 2 slip away feels really good.
Michelle, for you, I noticed like every time after the team scored a goal, regardless of whether who scored it, you made sure to make sure that you were getting the energy from your teammates on the bench. How important is it for you to play that role of like basically hype person of the team?
No, it is really important. I think every time I would run over there, I'm like, we scored. The first one, they were like, who scored? I was like, I don't know, we scored. Let's celebrate. But yeah, to be able to like bring everyone together, because their contributions behind closed doors, even if they don't get minutes on the field, is exactly what puts us in good positions on game day. So without everyone being fully committed to the game and being fully committed to training and pushing themselves as much as they can, like, it wouldn't put us in the situations that we get on game day.
Croy, were you able to see Blue Crew's TIFO today?
Sorry?
Were you able to see the supporters group's TIFO today?
T-phone.
The big
Oh, the Bethune's burger?
Yeah.
Yes, and I looked right. And the little stash and the hamburger. I was like, yeah, y'all ate that up. I loved it. We took some pictures, you know. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you saw it.
Couldn't miss it.
Cindy Latta from KC Soccer Journal. Obviously coming off series of draws and a loss. What changed this past week in training that kind of, got you hyped up to get those 3 points?
And the thing about the past games is we've been playing very well. We've been doing everything right. It's just the result and getting the goals. So we continued what we were doing, but an emphasis on scoring and putting them in the back of the net so we can get this win. It's coming to the end of the season and we have less games. So we know we need to win to be in the playoffs, and that's where we want to be.
Just one more question regarding Temwa. She's obviously been gone, but we saw the video. Just welcome her back to Kansas City. How was that? How has the past week been? Getting her back.
Yeah, I think anytime anyone comes back from like an international break, a big tournament, injury even, like it's so nice to like get everyone back on the field, get everyone back in the environment, get everyone back with the team. But to be able to celebrate her individual successes is just so awesome. And seeing what she does behind closed doors and then going to the world stage, qualifying her team for the World Cup, that's absolutely amazing. And it's just been nice to have her back, honestly. She brings a good energy and a good vibe. Literally.
Okay, so there are a few questions here from Daniel Sperry from the KC Star. You all found that ball in behind a lot today. What was working that gave you so much space to attack North Carolina in that way?
Yeah, I think just finding where their outside backs rotate high, or finding where people are trying to set offside traps, and knowing that we have the pace to get in behind, and if they're going to leave seam 3 open, that's exactly what we're going to take.
Awesome. Croy, it seemed like the moment you picked up that ball, you were shading to shoot that into the far corner. The shot obviously didn't go there. What did you see that led to you placing the shot where you did?
I want to shout out Haley for doing the dirty work and blocking the goalkeeper's long ball, picking it up and finding me. I just remember getting the ball one-on-one, and everyone keeps telling me to shoot the ball. So I just wanted to get a good little half volley on it, saw the near post open, and it went in the back of net. Pew, pew.
Awesome. Okay, last one from Daniel Cooper. I know it's been a few games now since you returned from injury. How did it feel to get the goal today, and how close do you feel to getting back into that top form we saw before the injury?
Yeah, I think being back with the team is obviously really exciting. It's hard. I was literally talking about it this week that I'm trying not to put pressure on myself, just because if you were out for 5 weeks, typically it takes the same amount of time to get back into form. But being able to just find the spaces we did today, keep running, literally don't stop running. Like, it was nice to be able to feel like I was kind of getting back there. And now it's just the consistency part and keeping that up. Kind of. Thank you.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. And also shout out to the fans who are hanging out over here.
So cute.
Kudos
Thank
to
you guys.
We'll be right
Thank
back
you.
with Coach Armas.
Bye, guys.
All right, welcome back. We have head coach Chris Armas with us. If you have any questions on the Zoom, please use the raise your hand function or put the questions in the chat and I can read those off. But let's start in the room. Please state your name and your outlet.
Tom Pursley, Shea Butter FC. Coach, congratulations on the 3 points. I know it's been a little while since you've been able to achieve that. Obviously, you wanted to start strong on the front foot as you always did, but it looks like both teams kind of wanted to do that. How important was that first goal to kind of dictate the tempo of the rest of the match?
Yeah, listen, we think these 3 points have been in the making, and we've been creating chances in every game. And tonight, I would say that it was a good display of seeing the players reward themselves and our fans that showed up once again in good numbers. So anytime you score first, it's a good omen for the results. We win more often than not, and most importantly, the thing that mattered most was we stepped on the pitch with a winning mindset, and then we attacked. When we had the ball, we were going after them, and when they had the ball, we were going after them, and that's in our DNA. It's always the plan, and again, to see our players get rewarded tonight, and that is a long time coming because we've had a lot of games now that it looks like that, and we haven't gotten all the points. So it got a little close there at the end, but it almost makes it, for me, even more special, to be honest, because you got to learn how to dig deep in tough moments, and we did.
How rewarding is it for you? I know you've talked for the last couple of weeks about the number of chances that you created and how close you've been, especially with the amount of expected goals that you registered, but not necessarily finishing those chances, knowing that the process remained the same and you were still able to get those chances were finally able to fall.
Yeah, listen, for a coach, the most rewarding thing for me is when players play well, because that's their biggest reward. So to see Croy do her thing, to see Haley get a couple of assists, to see, Coop get back, scoring goals, and Lowe have another strong game. And you look around the pitch, there's a lot of really strong performances. Lorena looks strong. So for me, it's we want to win as many games as we can, and we want to lift trophies around here. But before you do that, you have to, have a way of doing things, a way of working. But again, I'm proud that the way the team stepped on the pitch against maybe one of the hottest teams in the league. And we once again created a lot of chances, and we didn't concede a whole lot, but it was close there. So again, I'm proud of the way the team started and finished.
And then we saw Gabrielle Robinson unfortunately go down twice. The second time she was removed from the match. How difficult is that to try and protect the player who wants to play but maybe not be able to be fit enough to continue on?
Listen, whether it's a play like that, whether it's heat in training, I'm always going to protect the players. It's never going to be about anything else. So in those moments, it's once there's any issue at all. And Gabby had an ACL in the past, so we just, when things, when you're not sure, you err on the side of caution, and that's all it is. She looks to be fine, which is good. But yeah, it's always a little bit nervy, which is part of it. But she was playing great up until that point, and I'm sure she'll be back in the mix.
Hi, Coach. Congrats on the win. Cindy Lotta from KC Soccer Journal. We saw Tamwa back, obviously, on the bench starting off, but what is the plan for her to get her back to full minutes?
Yeah, listen, we to the question earlier, Tom, right? Tom, it's about making sure we put the players' health, safety first, which is how we've dealt with Temwa after she came back from Malawi after visiting, the country. It was a massive celebration for her family, the country. So to make sure we put her in a spot to help her and the team succeed, it was limiting the minutes tonight, limiting the workload, and just getting her back going for the most important part of the season, which we know now is the next 8 games. We've put ourselves in a good spot. And a big part of what's going to determine how this season ends up is how healthy we are. And even when you think about last year, it's how things ended. You want to be firing on all cylinders, playing well, and also having healthy bodies. So yeah, we'll get her back into training. It's one day at a time now. Today was a good hit for her, 30 minutes or so, 36 minutes. And yeah, a good week of training is going to serve her good now, getting her back going and pick up where she left off.
And then for Michelle Cooper, first goal since coming back from injury, is the plan also for her to be on limited minutes, to be to go full 90, and then keep her healthy for the potential postseason?
Same with Coop. You know, you can see why she's on our national team in our country here, because she understands the final third really well. She can finish. She can assist. She defends really well. She's got big self-belief. She commits to the way we want to play around here. She plays with an attacking mindset in all that she does. And you can see tonight was a great display of that. She was dangerous all night long. Her last action was a breakaway. She almost scored another one. So, listen, we want to make sure that, again, as we got her back off of injury, now that we incrementally build her minutes, and you can see that this thing's going to get itself going. Can we get on a little bit of a run? And if we do, it probably has Coop and Temwa in the center of it. So in those wide areas. But it's good to see her doing her thing tonight. I love that she got herself a goal in the team, and we want to build from there.
Thank you.
Sure.
Last question from Daniel Sperry, Casey Starr in the chat. He asked, Coach, what did North Carolina start doing that got them into the game?
Well, listen, Daniel, you know, when you're losing 3-0, and quite honestly, you know, we had a really good first half, and we put them on their heels, and everything that they tried to do, we had an answer for, to credit our players. And to give North Carolina credit, they got one right back right before halftime, which gives them a little bit of life. 48th minute. So then all of a sudden, what's happening in their locker room at halftime? It's, come on, let's get the next goal, right? And now it's in the balance, and they start pushing numbers. They start taking risks. In that, we can get the fourth, the fifth goal. It was there. In fact, right before halftime, we had a big chance, a 1v1 with Dabinia, to go 4-0. They come down. Sheridan rolls the ball out. It's 3-1. So there was a little bit of a momentum shift. They started committing numbers. They had to take risk at 3-1, and they get a penalty, which, you know, I didn't get to look at it closely, but I'm sure it's a penalty. But it looked like the arm was at the side, but these things are close, and that gives them real belief, Daniel. So then it becomes about us grinding it out, and now they're taking huge risk. Again, we get a few chances. Coop gets a 1v1 to go 4-2, and I think it was at that stage, and it's right there. You gotta just now dig deep. And honestly, it's now knowing the result, it's almost really important that our team could grind that out and stay together and stick together and be hard to just fight to the very end. Lainey Rouse came in, did a good job. Katie Scott's fighting on the back line. We made some subs there at the end, and everyone, Haley Hopkins just emptying the tank completely. So, yeah, they what they did, Daniel, is they just took risk and committed lots of numbers. And they're a good team. They lead the league in goals scored. They have a lot going on that team, and big belief, because they're one of the hottest teams. And I think we earned 3 points tonight against a good team.
Beautiful. Coach, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you all.